Let's give you a live look now. Buckingham Palace. Earlier today, King Charles III addressed the Commonwealth for the very first time following the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. A busy day for the new king, who began by greeting his subjects. Large crowds gathered at the palace, many of whom laid flowers in tribute to the queen as the king and queen consort, Camilla, arrived at the palace. Later meeting with Britain's prime minister at Buckingham Palace, this is the king's first official audience with Prime Minister Liz Truss. And that speech offering an initial glimpse at the type of leader he'll be and a personal look into how the royal family is handling the loss of the queen. A new era begins in the Commonwealth during a period of mourning.
I pay tribute to my mother's memory, and I honor her life of service.
King Charles III addressing the public for the first time since Queen Elizabeth's death, honoring her life, legacy, and memory during his heartfelt speech.
Queen Elizabeth was a life well lived, a promise with destiny kept, and she is mourned most deeply in her passing. That promise of lifelong service I renew to you all today.
It'll be several months before his coronation ceremony, but he'll be officially proclaimed as King Charles on Saturday.
I too now solemnly pledge myself, throughout the remaining time God grants me, to uphold the constitutional principles at the heart of our nation.
Other changes are also coming to the royal family. Prince William and Duchess Kate now have new titles as Prince and Princess of Wales.
Our new Prince and Princess of Wales will, I know, continue to inspire and lead our national conversations, helping to bring the marginal to the center ground, where vital help can be given.
King Charles also acknowledging his younger son, Prince Harry, and his wife, Meghan Markle. The two will stay in the UK until the Queen's funeral at Westminster Abbey, which is expected to be held around September 19th, as the United Kingdom's longest reigning monarch is remembered as being a historical and powerful leader on the world stage.
You have served so diligently all these years. May flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
Well, here to tell us more about the impact of this speech is Kim Helmgard. He's a world affairs correspondent with USA Today. Kim, thank you so much for being with us. So many people watching and listening to this speech. What's your reaction? Did anything in particular stand out to you?
Yes, well, I think it was quite an emotional speech, first of all, from a figure such as the new king, and also gave us some glimpses into what type of monarch King Charles III might be. You know, he spoke quite movingly about the Queen, his mother's dedication and years of service, and kind of intimated that he hoped to carry on that tradition of kind of quiet determination to serve the country and the people as best as he could. He also, spoke about how he may, as Prince Charles, he spent quite a decades, in fact, kind of pursuing interests that he had to do with climate change and sustainable farming and other charities, and he was quite vocal about those topics when he was Prince, and he sort of gave us some indication that he may not be able to carry on in the same manner now that he's king, and so that was quite interesting. I also think that he also gave some indication that he might, that the monarchy will continue to reform and modernize, and it might become slimmer over time. I thought it was quite notable as well that he spoke quite directly to Harry and Meghan and their decision to pull back from the monarchy. And he used the word, quite directly, about his love for them, and he sort of essentially, wanted them to carry on their life overseas, and it was a tone of reconciliation.
Yeah, he certainly, in that 10-minute speech, touched on various topics. Kim, will the people of the UK welcome this new king?
I think so. I mean, as Prince Charles, he's been in the public eye here for many, many years and has kind of quietly, slowly, steadily, I think, won people over. I mean, of course, no one is going to be able to replace the Queen. She's unique. She managed to sort of embody so many characteristics that people here and around the world admire. And she managed to do it in a way that separated herself from the institution of the monarchy, which in recent years has come into, question and reevaluation, for some of the, well, frankly, atrocities that the institution has been responsible, colonialism and so on, throughout history. But the Queen managed to kind of walk that fine line, and as I said, embodied all these qualities, and she's just has been so widely admired and respected that it's hard to see him really surpassing that because she was so unique. But I think that he will go down well with the people over time.
All right, Kim Helmgard, we thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.